Hello YouTube fans, here again. Hope you can hear my voice. I'm a bit rusty today, but as you remember last time, I'm not a little bit under the weather. But that's not why I'm speaking. I do remember talking about an 80s marathon. This time it's not to do with action films, it's to do with boo, horror movies of the 1980s. Now some people might type this up and say, that's a bit appropriate, we're nearly at Chimbo and you're talking about bloody door and horror movies. Well, there's different types of horror movies out there. There's Frankenstein, there's Dracula, there's vampires, there's science fiction, and there's blood and gore, and there's different types of horror movies. Not every horror movie has blood and snot. So without ado, I'm going to go into 1981 to start the 80s marathon of horror movies. I'm still going to go into my action films as well. So why not? Why not? I remember reviewing this one before, and back in the day, it was a video nasty. I think originally it got banned, but now you can find it in its total uncut form. It has two titles. I think in America it was called The Prowler, and in the UK it was called Rosemary's Killer. And I like this one. I like this one a lot because you get the date special effects by John Safina. And when you think about it, John Safina had a hell of a damn good day in 1981. Because the same year when he did this, he did The Burning, the special effects. I remember saying it before on Teens Tops there, the Dial of the Slaves. Which is one of the reasons why when Friday the 13th Part 2 come out, he didn't do the effects. He was doing a lot on this. And I remember back in 1981, there was a rumour of a film, which also was a video nasty. Did he or did he not do the effects for, which one day I'll get into as well, being another good classic slasher film, which I think you can find it on YouTube. If I can remember the bloody name of the film, I'll tell it is. That's it. Nightmares in a Damaged Brain. Nightmares in a Damaged Brain, and again, that's two titles. Either called Nightmares or Nightmares in a Damaged Brain. There's a debate whether he did the effects or not, because there was a photo, but there's a bit where John Safini said he was only showing them how to do the effects. Different story for another day. So, without ado, let's get on to what I like to call the Prowler or the Rosemary's Killer, right? You've got the idea, it's also a little bit of the 1930s, so you've got the idea it's based on the 30s at first. And you've got this lad, a bit on the snoopy side, he's a bit stuck up, but he's going on about his car and his mummy and his daddy buys him all the pretty things. But before all that, you get a Dear John letter. It happened a lot for young lads that went fighting in the war. In Pearl Harbor. Remember rightly, that's what it's based on at first. So the snooper lad is bonking away with his dough, and there's a little bit here where I reckon it was took off. If you remember a movie in 1971 called A Bay of Blood, they copied the same scene. I swear they copied it. And the funny thing is, same there, 1981, they used a similar death scene in, if I remember rightly, in Friday the 13th Part. That's right, Friday the 13th Part 2. So we've got this snoopy lad getting his end away. Nice. Long behold, he gets a meat fork, not a meat fork, sorry, he gets a garden fork slammed in the back, and it goes from the other end and stabs the girl who he's having his end away. Stabs her as well. Really good use, some really practical effects. Done again by the legend John Safina. And I dilute you, pal. Damn good special effects. Why is it don't use that in all the films these days? And again, without repeating myself, it was a video nasty back in the day. So it now jumps into 1980, which is funny because the film came out in 81. But for some reason, they based it on 1980. You've got this cop, he's a long rookie cop. And you've got the sergeant who's going on a fishing trip. There's little bits in there where it has me wondering which copied first, because there's little bits what you see in Friday the 13th Part 2, just like the death scene. There's another little bit later on in the film, and a few other little scenes here and there, which has me wondering who copied who. But anyway, the sergeant's going on a fishing trip, and the rookie sergeant wannabe, he takes over to run this pace, right? And they're going to have this arm thing going on the pom, right, with what happened then. This is where you get a lot of gruesome deaths. There's a date scene where this girl gets farts in the duct, drags it into the shower, really gruesome. But the best death out of any horror and any slasher film, there's a scene where a lad, right, he's doing something, I think he's sorting something out, and he gets stabbed in the head there, and this meat hook goes right through his jugular there, and it pulls from the other end, and his eyeballs just go fucking right, and oh, it's beautiful, just beautiful. I love it. So, yeah, there's a few gruesome death scenes. There's a scene where, like I'm going to say, where the girl's hiding under the bed and you see a mouse. It's either a mouse or a rat. That's me wondering whether they copied it from Friday the 13th part 2. So, like I say, which copy do? And I don't love the guy. He's got an helmet on. He's dressed up like a soldier. Really looks cheap. It kind of reminds me of the Big Ben in house, the original House. It does look like the character in the original House, the way he looks. And it's cat and mouse. There's real gruesome deaths. There's another gruesome death. I can forget it. Some girl swimming in a swimming pool, and the killer kicks her in the face, jumps in the water. You think she's going to get out of dodge, but she don't because she's stupid. And she gets a false slit right down to the dud, pushes her head in water. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's beautiful. So there's a few gruesome deaths by John Safina. So I did the film It's Due. And there's a twist point ending. And I remember saying it before. So if you never saw my first review on this, spoilers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've been warned. The killer turns out to be the sergeant who went on the fishing trip. I shit you not, the killer turns out to be the guy who went on the fishing trip. She's stuck in this dough. She pulls the mask off. You see it's the sergeant. He's trying to get her by the neck. She gets a shot done. She puts it near his chin. Jay, beautiful headshot. Blood, tire, snot, blood. His brains and his face and his head just turns a fucking muss. Beautiful. And I love it. And does you get the typical jump scare ending? Fuck it, I'll tell you. It's the day after, right? She's walking up the stairs the same day, and you think that guy who was dead. He's dead, don't you? And I said that the thing in his head pulls out. Well, it's a typical jump scare. Was it really needed? So she goes in the shower, and it's because she sees it, the shower on. She sees him hung up. He goes like that, just jump out. Then I'm assuming he dosses it. She walks off. End of fucking movie. That jump scare scene, I didn't really think it was fucking needed. It was just a typical boo-hoo jump scare. You've seen it done a lot of times in slasher films and other films. But The Prowler, A Rosemary's Killer, damn good film, done by Entertainment back in the day. It was there when you remember it used to go do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Used to do that. Remember that sort of era? You definitely know what the fuck I'm on about without going around the fucking bend. But Entertainment was definitely done in that era. You never thought it'd come out in the early 80s, that era before films got censored. And yes, like I say, and I'm repeating myself, it was a video nasty back in the day. But I love The Prowler or Rosemary's Killer, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I love it, you know what I mean? You're going into it for blood and gore, you're going to get it in buckets. Like I say, the John Safina, master of special effects. I'll miss those days of practical fucking special effects. But I love it, so fuck it. I don't shit when it's a video nasty. Get over it, fucking handy pandy people. So what I'm going to give it? 10-star rating for me. Because I like The Prowler, I like Rosemary's Killer, I like whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a dud one. Into them, have a dud one. I'll probably go and talk about 1981 and work my way up. But like with the action marathon, I'll probably go back as well. And ones I probably miss. But into them. Be smart, be safe. See you later.